when you give an interview, you feel the other person sitting has more knowledge, but no. It is nothing like that. So after my co-op, I got a promotion of senior business analyst.
Oh wow, directly.
Wow.
Because I had automated their processes. I was like, what are these people doing?
So do you think you got the job because of your past experience in India or?
No. For 2 hours, she gave me like $30. Oh man, I was so happy. My routine was, morning I used to do my job, and then at night my lectures used to happen, and then I used to do my assignments. There was this one place where I used to sit, उसमें गड्ढा हो गया था बैठे. Morning I'm doing my job, evening I'm studying, doing assignment, and that it went like this. You don't have your friends, family around, you don't have anything, and then you don't have money. The market is a little low if you go talk about content creation. But
Sometimes, like, honestly, I feel they treat Canada as a third world country.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things not available in Canada that they have in US.
And India as well.
It's business. They want more people.
People are not even getting the part-time jobs. So if you got into Walmart, people will be like, Shehenshah. Thankfully, I've got so many collaborations here as well. So I've started working. But yeah, the amount of work we used to get in India is it's not the same. People are not relying on your promotions.
Today we have a very special guest, our first guest on the Modern Sakhi Podcast. She is an engineer by profession, a yoga instructor by passion, and a creative influencer in the digital world. She comes from the bustling streets of Dehradun, where she was born and raised, to the corporate world of TD Bank in Canada.
Welcome to the Modern Sakhi Podcast. We are your hosts, Neha and Sunaina, and we have a very special guest today, Ishi.
Welcome to the show, Ishi.
Thank you. But thank you so much. It's my honor to be here and talk with you guys.
So, Ishi, before we jump into all the good stuff that you will share about your journey and how you came to Canada and what you did here, tell us a little bit about your background in Dehradun, how you were born, raised, and how did you plan on coming to Canada?
Okay, so starting off, I was not actually born in Dehradun. I was born in Haridwar. And my father, he is into DRDO and all of that stuff. And you'll find a lot of all this army stuff that happening in Dehradun. So he was posted to Dehradun. Okay. And that's why I've been raised in Dehradun. My schooling and everything is being done in Dehradun.
Typical convent school?
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Typical convent school.
Nice. I studied in Nainital.
Oh, Nainital, you're nearby, neighbor only you are.
मुझे लगा कि okay, it's going to be a convent school.
But it was like how life is in a middle class family. It was basic middle class family. I went to my college. I did my BTech, but
From Dehradun?
Yeah, Dehradun itself. But I never wanted to do engineering in the first place. But the thing is, this is again one of the flaw in the society that in the small towns you don't get much of exposure of what all you can do. This brain bandwidth जो रहता है, this is very restricted in the small town. That okay, this is what options you have, now opt into this. So I wanted to be a doctor because I wanted to be yeah, you are capable enough to save someone, heal someone, right? So that thing was a big, huge deal for me. But then my cousin, she's a dentist, and she told me that this is the amount of money you have to invest, and this is the amount of things that you have to learn. And I'm like, let's take maths. I am good with engineering.
So you have to study until your mid-20s.
Yeah, it's you have to, there'll be new diseases coming in, you have to keep researching and whatever, right? So I was like, okay, engineering kar lete hain. And then whatever you do, my dean said one thing which is stuck with me. You do what you love. But if you don't get that opportunity, start loving what you do.
Oh wow, right? That's very nice.
So I was like, chalo, theek hai, engineering kar lete. And then I started loving it. And then from there, got the job, shifted to Pune. But at one point, it is a saturation. Ab kya, this is what your life is going to be. So then I thought okay, let's divert and do something different. I was never into going to partying and all. So that was one of the reason, you have an energy in yourself. It is up to you how you divert that energy. So some people at their very young age, they put that energy into the drinking and partying, and then you are drained.
Yeah.
But it's like if you divert that energy in something productive. I kind of unknowingly channelized it to like, okay, I want to do something different. So I tried modeling at that time. So I started working for different brands and all. So like all Saturdays, Sundays, like during weekdays it was like office, and then weekends it would be like modeling.
I think that's where your middle class upbringing comes in, because I've been born and raised in Mumbai, and I don't want to sound like too
bougie.
I do come from a privileged background, and I did have मेरे सर्कल में मैंने देखा था कि जिनके पास पैसे का टेंशन नहीं हो, like they get into these things because they know that they have a backup. So you were hustling from a younger age because you had that middle class upbringing also, which is a great thing.
Yeah, I think you try to, like, when you don't have certain things in your life, you push more for yourself.
But that's good that you used it in the correct way, because like, as you're saying, sometimes what happens is because you don't have those things, you try and you find any sort of mean to get it, whether it's wrong or bad, you know, because you think कि मुझे बस वो चाहिए, मतलब मेरे को बचपन से नहीं मिला, मेरे मम्मा को नहीं, मतलब, you know, my parents could not afford it, or like, you know, my mom could not get that life.
It could go in the wrong direction.
Also. But like, if you'll see any middle class family, they will be like, "Nahi, modeling is like,"
like you can't even tell them. Right?
So it'll be like, okay. But again, people have spoiled the name of modeling. It's also an art. It's also a form, right? But it's up to. I feel bad for those people who just go into modeling, right? Because sometimes you don't have an option and you just do whatever is coming your way, right? But for me, like, my bills are being paid by a different job, so I can say no to some of the contracts that are coming which I'm not comfortable with, so I can simply say no to them.
That's incredible, Ishi, that you started off, like, you know, as a young girl working, coming out from a small city like Dehradun, because I know of many people, like, because from Dehradun and like all those small cities, Uttarakhand, who don't even get that opportunity of, you know, going out and working. So that's very nice, and like, hats off to your parents for letting you, you know, like, go. And then we would want to know your journey from India to Canada. Like, how did you decide?
That's a big jump.
How did you decide on like coming to Canada, and like,
and when did you come?
Okay, so I came to Canada on 1st Jan 2021. Why I remember it so precisely? Because I have done so many documentation work for PR, for this and that. So it's like I know everything by date. I remember everything.
How old were you when you came here?
I was 28.
Okay.
When I came. So now you know my age.
No, because I wanted to know only because so that people who come young, you know, like there's so many students who come in young, so for them to channelize and they realize, you know, how much struggle it takes and like how much time it takes, you know, for you to like.
It's I think everybody has their own struggle when they come to a different country. It is different, the culture is different, you don't have people around, so it is a struggle. But it's again how you handle it. So for me also, there was not a single person in Canada that I knew of when I came here. Not a single person. And I never wanted to come to Canada. So this was never in my list that, you know, Canada is one of the things that I have to do. I believe a lot on karma. So I believe that you keep working hard, you keep doing what you really want to do in your life, make a target, achieve it, focus on that. So I have that kind of mindset. I was like, okay, I got this offer, so I'm like, okay, let's give it a try, let's give it a shot. And then I was like, chalo, theek hai, kar lete hain. So I did jo bhi basic, whatever, the documentation work, and then COVID hit. I did a business analyst course. So for that, you don't have to be in the class. So my travel was not necessary to Canada.
So you had online classes?
Online classes.
So you did it while you were in India?
I did one semester while I was in India. So my routine was, morning I used to do my job, which I was doing there. I continued my job. And then at night my lectures used to happen, and then I used to do my assignments, and there were so many exams that had, because there's time difference, right? So morning I was doing my job, and evening and night I was doing my studies. So there was a time when there was this one place where I used to sit. उसमें गड्ढा हो गया था बैठे throughout the day. I am morning I'm doing my job, evening I'm studying, doing assignment, and that it went like this. Then after that first semester, I came for the second semester here, and my goodness, like I have a different amount of respect for those people who are coming here, like even just like after 12th or just doing after college, right? I have a tremendous amount of respect for those people because it's a lot of courage. I gave my entire saving for my like tuition fees and everything because it's like so high, right? Yeah. It's expensive. You have to pay your bills, and in India you have so many people around you. You can see voices and everything. So when I came here, it was COVID and it was winters.
Yeah, I was gonna ask because you came like 1st of Jan.
Yes, 1st Jan, and like I don't see people around, right? And I got a room, which was so small. So it was a very small room with a small window, and I'm like, oh my god. And even if you take so much effort looking out of the window, there's nobody to look. Not even a dog outside. You don't have that kind of like surroundings. You don't have your friends, family around. You don't have anything. And then you don't have money. So it was just 4 months where I did like multiple jobs, like Walmart I was an arts teacher somewhere. I like till today I remember that day. I took 2 buses to reach that place, okay, and students, nobody came for the class. Right? So, yeah, and the thing was, I was very new in Canada, so I didn't know about, okay, this is the boots that I need to have, and you know, all those things, and I was not aware about the Canada weather, twisting weather, that, right? So it'll look good, and then in between it'll be snowing, so I had no idea. And then it was like a little walk, then there will be bus, then you have to stand there for some time for the next bus, then I reach that place, and then I have to walk, and it was snowing, and I didn't have appropriate jacket and this boots and all, so I got that frostbite thing, and I was not able to walk, and I dragged myself, literally dragged myself, and then there was no student.
That's very disappointing.
And the lady she was so sweet, and she's like, now you're here. So she also had a bakery beside the art studio and all. So she said, now you're here, so why don't you help me in making the cake and all. So I'm like, okay, I'll learn. You tell me what to do, I'll do it. Okay. So she gave me the recipe book, and I did all that. And she gave me like, for 2 hours, she gave me like $30. Oh man, I was so happy.
Over the moon, I know.
I was like, Ambani, here it is. Like literally, I was like, what I've achieved. That was my very first experience of job in Canada. Like I got like $30 cash in my hand, and I was like, oh my god, what all I can do with $30. So that was the feeling. I forgot about all the pain and everything. So that was my first job. Then I tried in Walmart, and oh my god, like people they are crazy for the part-time jobs. People are not even getting the part-time jobs. So if you got into Walmart, people will be like, Shehenshah. You
Walmart is a big name.
Yeah, like you got in, and I'm like, it's not like it's a normal job. Like it's not like you are having a table and a chair also to sit, right? So, but people hyped it so much that if you got into Tim Hortons, your life is wonderful. If you got into Walmart, life is this.
Honestly speaking, you came here in the middle of winter, knowing nobody. You started this, you were stood up by the students in your art school, yet you earned $30 that day, and then you worked at Walmart.
No, not that day, but it was like, it was like, chalo, theek hai, let me try something.
But eventually, that happened. A lot of people cannot even get a Walmart job.
Nowadays,
It's very hard. Yeah.
So
That was like a stepping stone.
Stepping stone, yeah, like a little small step. Like okay, ठीक है, I got a part-time job.
कनाडा में एक्सपीरियंस मिल गया, वो बहुत बड़ी बात होती है.
I did like a lot of other things also. Like there was some warehouse work, something I did for one day. I went there.
You are like a hustler.
Like I am good trying everything. Whatever you'll throw at me, I'll try.
That's great.
I'll take the opportunity.
yeah, because many people don't have it, like, you know, like
वो सोचते हम ऐसा कैसे कर सकते हैं.
Yeah, I have cleaned public washrooms. I have worked in tahinis also. So I've done everything.
wow, hats off to you.
But
yeah.
when you do all these kind of things, you become humble. You understand that how much effort it is. Back in India, you know, when I used to like D-Mart and Reliance store and like Indian stores, right? So sometimes, you know, अपना code fix नहीं हो रखा. There's testing to happen, there's deployment to happen, like the IT job thing, right? And then when you see these people, you're like, इनका life क्या मस्त है ना? You just have to arrange your stuff in the but when I started working in Walmart, I was like, bro, ये तो बहुत difficult काम है.
Difficult है. And then but you're standing, you're not getting time to eat.
And my job was like to shop for the people and put their stuff in their car. In winters and all, right? But इतना सुन के ऐसा लगता, but then throughout the day it was like hectic. And then it was like you have 15 minutes break, 15 से 1 minute ज़्यादा नहीं हो सकता. All that like reminded me of my life in India. I'm like, why did I come here? I have no friends, I have nobody, I don't have money, I don't have anything. I'm just hustling throughout the day. And then you'll go tired at home, and then you have assignments to do, bro. You have to now work. Yeah, I was studying. But thankfully, after Tahini, art job, Walmart, not little bit I did. But thankfully, I got job in Loblaw as in a co-op.
Okay.
So my course had co-op as well. So I did my co-op in Loblaws, and since I had like good experience, like 6 years experience back in India, so they kind of see, maybe it gets reflected. I will not say that I was a pro in my work, I won't say that, but with experience you get some knowledge, right? So that experience, so I feel that people who are coming, like many of my friends which I've known here in Canada in the very beginning, they were like just after college, just after school, so they don't have experience. Now the worst thing in Canada is you have to apply for 100 jobs. You will get interview for one. That person will ask for your experience. Bro, you have to give an opportunity to get
That is the problem with Canada. They want experience, but you're not providing
You're
experience.
going to get experience. So
That's why I said your Walmart job was like a foot in the door, right?
But do they count that as experience?
no, like if you are in your my job was an analyst. I joined. It was not related, so I can't even add that in my resume. Like you have to make different resumes for different jobs, right? So I cannot add like I did a art teacher work and I was in Tahini, right? So I can't mention this in when I'm in the analyst position, right? But I got that, and my work was appreciated only because I had some experience.
But do you think you got the job because of your past experience in India, or
No. You will be considered as brand new here, like a fresher only. So again, it might be luck as well, with maybe the hard work and the consistency that you're doing. All that is there, but I will also give it to the luck factor, because people have struggled finding an interview.
I know.
Exactly.
An interview is a next thing, but getting the opportunity of having an interview in your pocket, that is also difficult nowadays. So I got an opportunity of having an interview first, and now it's like it's in your hand. And trust me, I have now started taking interviews here. When you give an interview, you feel the other person sitting has more knowledge, but no. It is nothing like that. The other person also doesn't have knowledge, doesn't have time for your interview also. It is what matters in an interview is your confidence, how you talk and how humble you are. If you're going to show your attitude in your interview, no matter how knowledgeable you are. I have rejected people just because they are flaunting their attitude, right? Because that doesn't work when you are working in a team. You have to have that humbleness in you.
Yeah, for sure.
So in my interview, they just asked me like 2-3 questions. That's it. Not even like very, but then, yeah, but it was like for a co-op. And then how you perform. So I will suggest this to everyone who is like struggling. Just get into the company. And then you will make your way up by your work. Like in that 1 hour interview or that 15 minutes talk or 20 minutes talk, nobody can judge you entirely. Like how much you're capable. Just crack that, okay, with like just talk good. That's it.
So I wanted to ask, because there might be people wanting to know this, especially that how do you get that first job? So did you apply just online?
Oh, I have applied so many. Like,
And how many jobs did you apply
I
for?
used to apply on LinkedIn. Anywhere I find, I will apply. Anything. कुछ भी है भाई मैं कर लूँगी. दे दो बस दे दो job दे दो. So I have made different type of resumes. You should have different type of cover letters, right? Your resume and your cover letter should be reflecting some professionalism. If not your skills, it should be professionally made, right? Get some references or something, but that is something you should invest your time into first thing. Then apply in whatever you get. Like I used to talk on LinkedIn to different HRs, and so
So you messaged HR?
message like please consider this. मतलब starting में तुम्हें भीख मांगना है भाई, मांगो, ठीक है. But once you get an opportunity for interview, you have like 10-15 उतना मिनट का window है. Show your best self, right? Like who you are. If you get selected, now you have months to show your hard work and how much. So after my co-op, I got a promotion of senior business analyst.
Oh wow, directly.
Wow.
Because I had automated their processes. I was like, what are these people doing? They're working on Excel sheets at this time. So I am from IT background, so I kind of give a lot of suggestion to optimize their processes, automate some of the work that they were doing, and there was so much manual work they were doing. So I kind of suggested some automation. So after my co-ops, they gave me like directly they gave me like a senior business analyst position, but they were not paying me well. बस position है बस अच्छा.
I think so payment ka, I don't know how it works, but at least you have that position. So next when you apply anywhere else, that will help.
It will help. So from there, I was like, ठीक है. Like first thing is that you have to learn. You should build up your skills. You should build up your network. It'll take time. Now, once you are someone to be heard, now ask for money. Right? Don't ask for money in the very beginning. By skills develop karo pehle. If you think you have skills, there are 100 more people better than you. Get some more understanding, more skill set, and then demand for money. Right? So then I like again hard work, this, that, keep learning something, and then I was like, chalo, theek hai. I joined back my TCS. So I was in TCS when I was back in India. So I joined back TCS, and then I was working for MX, and then I changed my client, and then I'm now working for TD Bank.
Wow. So just from January 2021 and now we're like midway through 24. In these 3 years it's been, you've done like so much already.
I have done, I think, so much only in 4 months. After that, it was normal.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because first 6 months were struggle for me in Canada, like managing everything and not getting good pay and all. But then I went into law, then it was a normal work from home job because there was COVID. So life was little better. And then I switched back to TCS, and then again life was much better. And then the COVID thing also went away little with time. So then you get to see people around. So there was a struggle, but then it took its time, and then now it's fine. Nowadays, for so many people who like even for one Tim Horton part-time job, there's going to be a long queue.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you advise immigrant students to come at an early age, like after their 12th, or do you think they should come after some experience? Like, what is your
So I will say that this is your personal choice, but what I see that craziness for coming to Canada and that is not needed. Like, but then लोग ऐसा सोचते हैं that oh, she's in Canada now, she's suggesting not to come to Canada. तो आप suggest भी नहीं कर सकते लोगों को, right? But I'm saying that if you get an opportunity to come to Canada, good. If you don't, that's also good, right? You should not have that pagal craziness thing, like you are selling everything and you're just going nuts over it. That by Canada ही जाना, that is my ultimate goal in my life. That should not be. That's the first thing. Second thing is, in my personal opinion, yes, people should get some kind of experience in India, because here you will be treated as fresher for sure. But first, like if you go with PR thing and all, it will add some points if you have some good experience. But with experience, you get knowledge. I believe in India you have a very competitive environment, right? There are a lot of people doing what not in their life. They're doing so good, right? And there are many talented people. So when you have that kind of surrounding, you get to learn a lot of things. You grow with that, right? Here, I will not like criticize Canada or like that, but that kind of competitiveness is little laid back here. People give preference to their life, to their personal self, and in India people give more importance to career, kuch ban ke dikhana hai, kuch karna hai, like all that. So when you are doing a job in that environment, you get some kind of learning.
100%.
You will be treated as a fresher only, but when you will speak, when you will do an interview, you will have things to add in that interview. If you are just like doing your 12th, what example you're going to give? Like your maths, your physics, what are you going to give?
Also, I think people are a little immature at that age, so they don't know how to how life is over here, the struggle and all. They don't realize that, and they have a very different picture of Canada when they are in India. So same with my husband, because he came here around your age only, not your age. He was 30, but he was working in ICICI Bank as a bank manager, and he was there during the demonetization. So he had seen all that crazy, like people lining up, like he was working till midnight and doing all of that. Then when he came here, he was like, यहाँ पे तो it's much more relaxed. मैंने इतना वो पागलपन देखा है कि it prepares you for Canada or for any other place for that matter. So it's important, you're right.
Even like in my current job also, like people will apologize to you for calling you at 4 o'clock for meeting. That, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm calling you in the evening.
इंडिया में नहीं होता, इंडिया में तो 10 बजे 11 बजे पे कर दो. They will expect you to receive the call.
I don't want to name the company because you know who will watch the podcast. But if you are taking your bag at 6 or 7 p.m., they will be like, half day करके जा रही है. अरे बाबा, जाना like 10 o'clock and 11, and some of my friends are still having the same lifestyle. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock is like, यार कोड फिक्स तो करना है ना, ये तो करना है, ये काम तो करना है. That balance is missing, like मतलब उसका कोई level ही नहीं है. Here it's like people give preference to your time, your personal time with your family. They give preference to that. So even if they're calling me at 4, they'll apologize to me. Now I am prepared for it because I have worked till 10. So I had done all that in India. So I'm like, koi baat nahi yaar. Call me, it's okay. Let's resolve what the issues are we getting. So yeah, that makes a difference if you get some kind of experience.
So Ishi, you mentioned that when you came here, you were renting a small room with a window and it was very gloomy for you. That student life basically. So now it's been 3 years. How is life now? Like, where are you? Because you've also moved and changed jobs and you've done so much better in your job. So how is that house situation now?
In the start, it is like, I think same for everyone. You get whatever, you see whatever is best and suiting best for you. But then eventually when you like start working and finding new places, what we thought is that the amount of rent that is happening nowadays, if you put that much amount with a little addition towards your EMI, towards your mortgage, you'll at the end of the day you'll have something of your own that you can save, right? So that was one reason why we thought like, okay, let's have our own house, because if you have your own space, there are a lot more things that you can do. It's good that it's one kind of investment, that's also good, but the other thing is that you have your own space where you can do your yoga, you can do your artwork, you can do your office work, your family can come, right, and people can visit. But if you are renting a place, you are kind of very restricted, because you are living in someone else's house. You can't just go in the living area and do yoga, because it might not it might be annoying to other person, like why you are using the common area for your own purpose, right? And the renting is also, it's the amount has gone so high nowadays, so it is good if you have your own house, pay that much amount, add a little bit more towards your mortgage, right, and you can rent your place, and that again your amount can be helping in mortgage, but at the end of the day you'll have something of your own.
So you worked so hard for this only eventually, right? So
exactly.
So it's good to have your own space.
Very nice. And so like many of you know, she has over 40,000 followers on Instagram. Why not? But you should celebrate.
Celebrate. Own it. You talked about karma and
Yeah.
like attracting the right things. This is what you've earned through your karma, right?
So did you start your content like creation journey back in India, or was it after coming back?
Back in India it was going so good. It was going so well.
When did you start?
I think it's been like 10 years now. I think I started in 2014 or 15, 16, around that time. On Instagram. And I started from modeling.
Okay.
From modeling I started, and at that time Instagram was picture thing, right? So me and there were some of the photographers, we used to like collaborate. Photography is a huge world, there is not just having a DSLR, there is so many lights and what not into it. So I started like randomly with that, and then I started getting some offers for modeling, offers for different brands, so I started there. And then there were a lot of ramp shows, fashion shows that I was doing, and from there you get a lot of media people get to know about you, not like on a very high level, but like there are Pune Fashion Week and all those things, so there are some people. So like that I started getting to know more people, and that's why I started getting some following in the very beginning. And then there was a point when I was like, modeling is not for me, because there was an instant where I actually felt like I'm just a hanger for these people. Like just put the clothes, because there was this one garment which was like transparent, and they didn't inform me that this is what the garment I'm going to wear, because there is some kind of choreography on the ramp as well that you have to do. And that was like transparent, I was like not comfortable, and that lady, it was a lady, she threw that cloth on my face that you have to wear it. And that was like that, it really doesn't matter to people that how much comfort they have, right? And I told her that if I'm going to wear this, I'm not going to walk confidently. So it is going to spoil the whole show. I'm not going to be confident. So give me some another dress or something. But she didn't. So at that very moment, I was like, this is not for me. I can't do modeling like this. I was looking this as a artwork. So then,
but they have to respect what you're comfortable with or not.
But ये fashion movie देखी है ना, उसमें वो ही दिखाया है. And now I can understand.
Because it's like they are so much into that work. They are actually not looking into your body. We see like, oh, it's all transparent and all, but they are actually, they've gone that their focus is into that much that they will just focus on the dress. They like them, many people will be like, oh, he's going to touch you here, touch you there, he's not even feeling anything, because they don't not care. Their work is their work, and they're looking into that. But sometimes on a personal level, you don't feel comfortable.
Yeah, of course.
Makes sense.
So I started saying no to many of the work that I thought that it might be something similar, and slowly I started reducing my modeling work. And at that time there was one designer. She told me that why don't you write for me? So I started. So blogging is actually a person who writes a blog. Now things have changed a lot, but it was someone who was writing an article. So I wrote an article for her, and it went well. Then I started writing articles for different brands.
Okay.
I'll go and shoot for that brand. So I had my own team back in India. So there was a stylist, there was a cameraman, there will be light person, everyone will be there, and we'll go to that brand and we're going to shoot for that brand. And then I'm going to write an article for that. So that is how we were working. And then
This was a side thing that you were doing.
yeah, this was my side thing. So
You were like so many things. Like you're a multifaceted person.
no, I just keep trying different things that come your
But still, that's a lot, which is great.
Instagram was like booming up,
and then-
right? And then the brands, so it's like, again, it is the supply is as per the demand, right? So the demand started changing from nobody likes to read an article. How many times we read an article and just see the picture? So your attention span is more for the picture. You're using that. So the brands want to have more of the picture work and not the article work. And then again the demand changed in the market, and then now it is like reels. So now blogging has been then changed to influencer. There was a new word given, influencer. When I came to Canada, I thought I'm going to explore more in that particular field. But the market is dead comparative to what is in India. In India, you have brands which are around India, like everybody knows about those brands, and they are local brands. So for one thing, there's going to be 10 brands, right? And if one person is going to approach, the other brand is going to be like, "Meeko bhi chahiye, mereko bhi chahiye," right? Here people are like, you will see the local stores, they will close by 5 no matter what, right? Yeah, in our like if it will be Diwali, and if you'll go to India in Diwali, it will be like till 1 till 2 they will be open.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because they live for the customer. And here people have their own life. We are not living for the customer. My time is 9 to 5. I'll close my shop after 5. And we also close our shop after 5. Like our job closes. Then we go out and nothing is open. Where to go? So yeah, so here the market is a little low if you go talk about content creation, but again the demand has changed to reels. So what your audience want, you change that. So thankfully I've got so many collaborations here as well. So I've started working, but yeah, the amount of work we used to get in India is it's not the same. People are not relying on your promotions. In India people are, because actually that works. Here I will say on an average, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Also, I think India में population इतना है. Like US में there are so
That's
many
what I was going to say.
opportunities.
USA and Canada अगर आप compare करो, US is booming with like TikTok and like Instagram.
Sometimes,
but here,
like honestly, I feel they treat Canada as a third world country.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things not available in Canada that they have in US.
US and India as well.
It's business. They want more people.
Your business will run with people, right? So India में if you'll have even chai ka thela, that will run. Because it has so many people, right? आते जाते लेगे ही लेगे. यहाँ पे you cannot. So यहाँ पे आके again as per the customer you have to tweak your way out.
Yeah, true.
So that's when you went into yoga.
So you know, yoga, this thing was something I always wanted to do. And in future also, I really want to study about this Ayurvedic thing, Ayurveda and all. I think we are losing all those things. Like as we're growing up and our next generation, there are very less knowledge that is being transferred. Even we don't know so many things. And I always wanted to study about Ayurvedic and like all these details and this knowledge about yogas and asanas and all. So
You're a certified.
yes, so I in between I went to India for a month and I did my course there. And if you are training someone, it is your responsibility to have some kind of skills in that, because you can't tell one person having a knee issue or something to do a certain asana. It is your responsibility.
At the end of the day, it's health related.
You can't play with someone's health like that. You should be trained properly in that thing. Now I am doing that yoga thing. I'm practicing it. So I have my own small yoga studio at my place.
Oh, nice. So you have people coming over and workshops and all.
Not many, but yeah, it's a
Okay.
Seen some of your reels where you will do that. It's so calming, that whole studio space that you have made.
Actually, even if you'll meditate for like 10 minutes in a day, it will help. It will help. Like people say like एक वो होता है mindfulness वाला meditation, do a meditation where there is no thought in your mind. You cannot do it.
Yeah.
Even if you can do it for 1 minute, it is a big thing. Like your mind, you're relaxed, you're focusing on, maybe just close your eyes, focus on, look at one point on the wall or something, close your eyes and still keep looking, or look inward in your body. Like look into yourself, look into your eyes, your throat, your lungs, your stomach, look inside yourself. And it will take like 1 or 2 minutes, but in midway you'll have, oh, I have this thing to do.
Yes, always distracted.
But that it's like training your mind. Like we're training our body, you're training your mind to focus on one point. Like you have to focus on your stomach, you have to focus on your lungs on this side, watch your breath, how it is going up and down and all. So that actually, if you will practice it like 1 or 2 minutes also, it will help you a lot. Like it relaxes your mind, it increases your focus. It really helps. And I am practicing meditation for like, it's been like 5-6 years.
Oh wow.
But I practice meditation
Since you were in India.
since this Pune, that breakup thing happened. That thing, because I was not able to calm myself. So if I believe you will have your share of sadness in your life and your share of happiness in your life. Like how your heartbeat goes up and down, your life will go. But if your heartbeat will not go up and down, it will be like this. You're pretty much dead, right? You need that up and you need that down. If you have that down, you know the value of up. Only if you are in down.
So if people around here in Canada, GTA, if they want to attend your yoga workshop or your classes, how can they reach out to you and how do you conduct those classes?
Now I don't have a like proper website or anything, because I have just started like this is something like social thing I want to do. Like you can come, we'll do it for free. We'll do it together, right? For free. I don't have to, like, if we can have a minimal amount of charges, that's fine. But this thing I want to be like a social cause thing. Like you come and join, it's free.
So we'll obviously tag you and they can that way they can reach out to you.
You can ping me on Instagram. Because I don't have a yoga website or anything for now. Why I started having this yoga thing here, my main purpose was my selfish reason. That my schedule will be rectified. That okay, I have people coming at home, I have to get up early and I have to do yoga. Yaar bindas, sabka fayda ho raha hai na? So you come, join, you can ping me wherever you want to join. You want to join virtually, you want to join in person, ping me whatever way you want to join, and we can practice together.
But that was an amazing conversation, Ishi.
Yeah, so much to learn.
So much to learn. I'm sure, like, you know, so many people who are coming now, like especially the younger generation, you know, or like trying to make a mark here in Canada, they will definitely learn a lot from this podcast.
Yeah.
And they will not lose their hopes कि यार कहाँ फंस गए. I'm sure, like,
and also they'll understand that Canada is not just a bed of roses.
Yes.
You have to hustle, you have to be consistent, you have to put in the work, then you will get the reward for it also. And that's why I think watching your story, listening to your story would be very inspiring.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It was an honor, and thank you so much for having me here. This was something I always wanted to do, And I told you,
So
right?
glad.
Yeah, the first day I uploaded a story, she's like, "Yay, I wanna come too."
So
and I was like, I had you in mind that time.
It was really nice. So I really wanted to come and all. So thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, Ishi. I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and we will be having more guest speakers now coming up, and we're starting up with this amazing series of the Immigrant series, where I'm sure you'll be inspired by all the amazing stories of these amazing people, starting off with Ishi.
Yes, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please do subscribe, share this with all your friends, also people who are in India who want to come to Canada or any other country. I think this is a very great, inspiring episode for them for sure. So please do subscribe, share, leave us a comment, and we'll see you again in our next episode.
And we're leaving Ishi's handle down here, so do follow her page as well.
Bye.
Bye.